Okay, let's look and see what the universe is going to point to this morning. Let's pull 3 cards and we will see what the morning message is. This morning I'm using the Black Moon astrology cards. And 10th house, the world. So might have to pull that and look and see what it says. Next we have the Mausolea Oracle of Souls deck. We'll see what we have. Every morning when I do these, I just pull 3 decks, okay? And Hathor, Mistress of Harmony, Mediation, Communication, Culture. Okay. Well, that goes well with the 10th house, the world. Okay. And the last deck is the 6th Sense Connection Oracle card. 6th Sense Connection Oracle cards. So, what is the last? Heartlight. Heartlight. So, what is the message today that the universe is sending us? Heartlight, the world, mediation, communication, culture. So it's, oh God, every time it's got this sensor down at the bottom of the thing, and every time I get my foot too close to it, it starts making this horrible loud noise. Anyway, so looking at this, it's very clear what the message is today. It is that, Trump is not going to be in office forever. Okay. So we need to still stay in communication with the world, not lose heart. We have to come from the heart, and we're going to have to use mediation, communication, and stick with our culture. Our culture for this country, minus the Trumpites and this neo-Nazi crap that's coming up and drama that's coming up. If we hold to what it is, a melting pot of cultures here, okay, and wanting, again, the best for the world. We need to continue to have that heart, not lose our values, and then extend that out to the rest of the world and say, look, we are not all promoting Trump, okay? This is not our culture. This is not who and what we are, okay? So we need to continue to have that heart light, okay? Speak from the heart, speak the truth honestly, in higher integrity, okay? Don't let these naysayers and hate mongers diminish your light, okay? Say that is, stand up for what we are. Say, these naysayers and hate mongers and neo-Nazis and drama, this is not our culture. This is not who and what we are. We are people of the world, okay? We are not these isolationists like these neo-Nazis and these Trumpites want to be. So we need to continue to mediate and to communicate this out to the world. Okay? We should be ones that are out there again celebrating other cultures, and that's what's so beautiful about this country when we don't have some wannabe dictator in the White House. We are embracing of other cultures. You know, that's one thing I loved about living in the Bay Area. Okay? You could go to North Beach and immerse in the Italian culture. They have a pocket of community of Italian culture. You could go right down, and right close to that is Chinese culture, Chinatown. You can immerse yourself in that culture there, okay, and enjoy that. And then you can go out to Japantown. You can immerse yourself in that culture, okay. Which is wonderful. Out here in New Mexico, we have so much of the Mexican culture. Like where I'm at, I'm like, what is it? It's almost, you can walk to the Mexican border from where I'm at here, the Pancho Villa State Park. You can almost walk to the border here. So you have so much of the Mexican influence and culture throughout this area, and it's wonderful. When I lived up in Florida, we have these ones there that are, where are they from? I think, was it Costa Rican? They're not Peruvian. We had gardeners that were working there, and I mean, so hard working, these guys, and very dedicated. I mean, they did such a wonderful job. You couldn't get better class of people that would take care of the lawns out there, and they were, took pride in their work. Wonderful people, okay? So this nonsense, that you see happening here, this is not who and what we are. You see some of these videos on YouTube, and there's one crazy woman that goes in and starts screaming at people to go back to their land. Well, she needs to go back to wherever the hell her family came from. These people are ridiculous. And Trump has unleashed this. He has given them carte blanche to behave badly. And I think that's what it is. Trump is in there. He behaves badly. He gets away with it all. And so these people think they can get away with this nonsense. We've had ones like, Bill Barr is in there, and I want to do a reading on that. Bill Barr. We have these horrid things, channels on there now that you can watch. I can't remember the name of it, one of the channels. I turned in one time just to see, and it is the most egregious stuff all day. And one's like Rush Limbaugh, and when you're out in the Midwest, that's all you can get is Rush Limbaugh out there screaming these horrendous things that are not true. And so people are being indoctrinated into this. You see these off-the-wall preachers now preaching hate and division. This is not the message of Christ. Okay? So this negative, dark spirit has infiltrated. It's infiltrating through the Federalist Society, the Justice Department. Okay? It's infiltrated the ministries. They have become dark. I'm not saying all Christian ministers are dark, but there's a high percentage of them that are. Okay? And this was, again, spoken of in the Bible in the last days. It'll be lucky if anyone can be saved because it is so prevalent. And indeed it is, I have to say that is true. I never thought I would see the day that would be the case, but it is. The evangelicals and just some of these people. Unbelievable. They're 180 degrees away from what Christ was teaching. And people think they are Christian. They're not Christian unless you're the Bible written by 666. Okay. And that's what they're getting. They don't read the Bible for themselves and ask God to open it to them to understand it. They're just listening to these preachers, and they're given commentary by 666, by the father of lies, by Satan, aka the father of lies. And so how can these so-called Christians think that Trump is okay when all he does is lie? Do they not understand Satan is the father of lies? So you think that Trump is a Christian? No, he's a follower of Satan, of the ego. Satan fell because of ego, okay? So, and he became the grand liar. I mean, he started out by lying. Remember the serpent? Oh, you can eat it. That's okay. Go ahead and eat that. That's okay. No problem. And then they fell because they listened to Satan. Okay. Yeah, don't worry about it. Go ahead and have that fruit. It's okay. Go ahead. Take the tree of good and evil. Take the tree of duality, okay? They were in Advaita in that singular divine is, but they wanted the dualistic thing. They wanted to have that experience, so they fell into corporeal bodies, okay? If you look at it, it's very easy to understand because the Bible talks. He came into bodies and he limited for them out of grace. He limited the number of years we spend in a body so there could be redemption, so you could get more chances to change, okay? So people look and understand what's going on. It's up to us, and it doesn't matter how evil Trump becomes, or the DOJ, or these neo-Nazis. If you keep your own heart light and your integrity, okay, and keep presenting to the world, this is not who and what we are, okay? This is not who and what I am. I will never bend to that darkness. I will never get into that egotistical hate mongering and divisionary. I will always be one that will honor the different cultures, and communicate and mediation. Want to come together with people. Other cultures are beautiful. But these neo-Nazi people want everything to be white bread. And how boring would that be in the end? Okay? Celebrate diversity. Okay? So what if people are coming to this country and they want to better their lives, better themselves? You should be grateful that they want to be here. Because usually they come in and they're very hardworking. And this idea that Trump has that every one of them is a criminal, okay, is nonsense. It's not true. Okay, you may get some criminal element coming in. Okay, that's unavoidable. But overall, the majority are just people that want a better life. They're leaving their home, not to try to destroy this country, but because they have no other options. There is so much crime where they're at. There is so much, it's just horrid living conditions. Who would leave everything they have behind and walk as far as they are walking and take the chances they're taking to come to here? if it weren't out of heavy oppression and that they felt they had no other choice. Okay? Most people love their country and they want to be there. So we need to have sympathy for that. What's going on in this country now is just deplorable. It is so sad. It is heartbreaking. But we can change it. We can't lose hope. We need to continue to stay in the heart. You know, those of us that are readers on here will continue to try to bring people up and say, don't lose hope. Take it a day at a time. Okay? We can turn it around. We need to hang tough. We need to hang strong. Okay? This is going to pass. It will pass eventually. But this dark time in history gives us a chance to see what's there. Just like the rise in Nazi Germany. So many people turned a blind eye and got sucked into that. Okay, they got sucked into that thing for a time. And there were other people that saw how wrong it was, yet they were afraid to speak out. Their fear kept them quiet. But there were those, even in the midst of that did what they could. Okay, let's be those that do what they can. Continue to do what we can. And not buy into the fear and the rhetoric. Okay, let's go forward. And say, we're part of the world. We're part of society. And understand, the thing that when one does the spiritual path and you dissolve into that grandiose, you see that everything on the planet has the same amount as that divine is within it. I don't care what color it is. I don't care if it's a rock, a tree, if you're brown, if you're black, if you're white, or if you're an alien and you're blue or gray, whatever. All of it, all manifestation throughout the universe has that same amount of divine is within it. What I am, you are. Okay? At the heart of everything. No higher, no lower. Okay? We all come out of that same energy and that divine is. And if you experience that even once, you'll understand why there is karma, why it will always be, and why the darkness cannot overcome the light. It may appear to do so for a time, but in reality, that darkness is a shadow. Okay? And the shadow can never win over the light. Okay? So I'm going to leave this here. I hope somebody has gotten something from this. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you online. Aho.